Eating a burger and fry the night before your shows isn't a strategy whenever it comes to peak week. It's a Hail Mary and it's a prayer. And it does not work for everybody. There is some people, sure, we give them a Dizide, we throw a burger and fry in there and they wake up they wake up looking sick. They have all the striations, they're hard, they're dry, all the things because of the sodium from that meal. But there's also a vast majority of people that shit's just not going to work for. They're going to wake up looking like a potbelly, maybe retaining more water and have an even worse look than what we actually set out with or had the night before. And that's why during a peak week, the most important thing is it should be the most calculated week of your entire fucking prep. Our water should be measured. The amount of sodium we are consuming should be very well thought out, as well as balanced with your potassium to be able to create a consistent look. And then making changes meal by meal all throughout the week based on what our actual response is. Tapering water down as you come a little bit closer, but not fully cutting it out, because if you do that shit, you're likely again just going to look flat on stage. Everything about the peak week needs to be very consistent. You need to take photos before every single meal damn near and compare the looks, see what this food is actually doing. Ideally, you want to be able to look at the photos, take the weight, and kind of find out where that best look is and what weight range you need to be at. So that way, whenever we get on stage, we know the exact weight, one, that we're going to weigh in at, we make weight, but two, we know what weight creates what look. And we did that with this food. That's why I don't think adding in all these fancy foods that you haven't had in 16, 20 weeks, however long you've been dieting, and then we throw them in the night of the show. Why the fuck would you do that? It makes no sense. It's kind of like just adding extra variables into an equation that doesn't even need to be there. Keep things consistent. Make sure you're utilizing the same foods that you already know your client responds to or that you respond to if you're self-coaching. And then make sure everything is very balanced and just watch your physique. It doesn't have to be rocket science. There's no fancy peak or all these protocols that people try to, push out there. You're better off bringing in like a 90% look as opposed to shooting for 100% and then overshooting it or underdoing it and just fucking yourself up. Don't treat peak week as like some Hail Mary prayer. Treat it like a calculated equation and something that you've been looking and working towards throughout that entire prep. The number one thing though, if you are fat, it will not work. The number one rule about peak week is you need to be fucking peeled.